What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new limited series, Untamed. Let's rock this. Okay, so this show is brought to you by the same screenwriter who gave us the Revenant movie and also this year's American Primeval series, remember that? Big fan of those two. And so initially I thought, surely this Untamed would be his next big hit. Well, now that I've already watched the entire 6 episodes, while I do not particularly hate Untamed, unfortunately there are many parts about it that kind of work against itself. And most of that problem has to do with the narrative. I mean, the mystery starts out intriguing and the investigation in the first few episodes gets your brain going, but then it kind of fizzles out halfway through, and the twist reveal feels shoehorned and lazy. I don't like stories like this that dump the entire reveal in the final 20 minutes, masquerading itself as something clever, when it actually comes across as grasping at straws, haphazardly and abruptly. And that whole twist ending only works if the audiences are exactly the fools that showrunner Mark L. Smith thinks they are. Untamed follows Kyle Turner, a special agent for the National Park Service who works to enforce human law in nature's vast wilderness. The investigation of a brutal death sends Turner on a collision course with the dark secrets within the park and his own past. Starring Bana, Sam Neill, Wilson Bethel, Lily Santiago, and Rosemary DeWitt. You know what this whole show feels like to me? Untamed feels like a script that Mark L. Smith wrote some time ago that was probably hidden underneath a huge pile of other more important scripts. He had forgotten about it, and suddenly he dusted it off one day and said, okay, let's just do this one. Might as well, right? Look, I live in California, and I have visited Yosemite National Park countless times. Loved it. A majestic, breathtaking place. But guess what? This whole show was filmed entirely in Canada. No offense to Canada, of course, and I'm sure their tax breaks are a huge part of the reason. And fine, maybe you're not allowed to film this in the actual Yosemite location, so I get it. But the integration, if that's the right term for it, just seems like it's constantly on and off. Meaning there were times when it looked convincing as Yosemite or passing as Yosemite, but there were times when it looked like a whole other place that I do not recognize. And it's so obvious because the CG backgrounds don't look seamless, like they were some last-minute touch-ups or add-ons. And to my point earlier, the narrative is so flimsy. It has a lot of aspects that sadly did not get the attention that they needed. His dead son, for example, and his friendship with a Native American ranger, so on and so forth. They don't deserve to be called a plot device because they behave more like a weak excuse for a character depth. Are there any positives about this show? Sure, I mean, for one, it hopefully invites people to go check out Yosemite Park, despite it not being filmed there. Look, rock climbers falling to their death, unfortunately, is something that does happen at the El Capitan, but unless you are a daredevil, there's really nothing for you tourists to worry about. It's good to see Bana back. I always thought he was a decent Bruce Banner, aka Hulk, even though it failed to be his franchise meal ticket. Looking much older now, Eric on this show for the most part is solid. His performance, however, is not what you would call going above and beyond what is required. And those are the only few credits I could give this show. But other than that, the supporting characters are more archetypal than multidimensional. The dialogues lack subtlety, the themes are underdeveloped, and the murder mystery is not a bragging point either. Again, it starts out promising and makes you curious, but it's not very well put together. And the wheels eventually fall off and the show never recovers. So yeah, overall I give Untamed the rating of 2 out of 5. It's an interesting concept, I give him that. A crime thriller set in the Yosemite National Park. I don't think I had ever came across that combo before. Too bad it's poorly written and poorly executed.